Hello everyone. Yesterday yesterday, it was about 4 o'clock this morning. I started my new tablet after seeing Dr. Joe at lunchtime yesterday. I'm on 10 milligrams? Yeah, 10 milligrams of Clomipramine for 5 to 7 days. If the side effects aren't that bad, then after 5 days I can increase my dose to 20. If they are, then stick with it for the full 7 days and then increase it to 20. Then I have to see my GP, who should have received a fax by that time, to tell me that to keep increasing it by 10 milligram increments until it works. I've got an appointment on the 24th of next month to see Dr. Joe again, talk about whether it's actually doing anything. Yesterday I got home and me and Mark were both just totally exhausted. We'd barely slept the night before. The glasses reflections annoying me again, as it always does. So I just slept pretty much and for all day. Now there is a sedative effect to the tablet. I finally got the guts to read through the side effects, and the information leaflet, which I've been avoiding. It's a good job I did. I can't have grapefruit or cranberry juice or cranberries or anything cranberry related, because it'll increase the bad side effects. We decided that I would come off mirtazapine completely yesterday rather than phasing it by half again. I just want it. If it's not working, there's no point having it in me. I'd rather just try and bawl out and have the guts to deal with the side effects. So I've had a good sleep. We just walked the dog. We went down to Asda and got some toilet roll and some dog food. I stay outside with Calla while Mark goes in. Got a lovely hormonal blemish coming. I've been feeling it under the skin for like 2 days, and it's one of those achy ones. So I'm really looking forward to it coming to a head, and I'm not going to mess with it, because whenever I do, I end up with scars. So just leaving them alone. I'm having to hold the top of my phone. If I let go, you'll see what I mean. The cover of the phone, the actual casing of the phone, has come unstuck, so it creates like a black hole. It was quite cool, black hole effect. I'm not trusting myself with super glue yet, because I've still got the shakes and stuff. Doctor asked me yesterday, a psychiatrist that is, he was like, "You're not driving, are you?" I was like, "No." If I had been, it's a bit late in the day to be asking me at this point, after I've been on diazepam since the first week in April. But I'm now on. I told him about how he'd been difficult to get hold of. I also in fairness, he did ring me back and leave me a message, but when I then rang him back, he was unavailable, and I then didn't receive another call back. I told him about how I was promised care from the out of hours team, and twice they failed me. And he said, he looked at my notes and he was like, "Look, I know you've got a history of going off radar." I said, "Well, can you not see then that I've been trying my absolute hardest to reach out and not go off radar? That's the whole point of me getting in touch with you here and your team here, to try my utmost, and it makes me lose faith in people when they fuck me up, when it's what I perceive to be being fucked up. I know it isn't. I know it's irrational. in January when I had issues with a psychotherapist I was seeing, and she was moved to a different area after I'd had 2 sessions with her. I took that very personally. Matt Haig, who wrote Reasons to Stay Alive, followed me on Twitter. I was overjoyed, and then he unfollowed me, which people do. But I've taken that so personally now that every word he's ever uttered in his book is like bullshit to me. It's just like, fuck off, I don't want to hear it, it's shit. You know, that kind of thing. And yeah, I'll be glad when this... I've got very, very extreme existential death anxiety. I'm constantly thinking of death. Right now I'm thinking of death. Not of killing myself, just of death. And what it means for those around me, the world at large. What's the point in us even being here if we're going to die one day? And I know that is not a healthy way to think. I know that. And the medicine I was on from April until I started coming off it 5 weeks ago, it got rid of some of the depression, it dulled things, but it didn't get rid of that, and that is why he's put me on this tablet. Meanwhile, Mark has altered his combination slightly. He's halved one of his tablets per doctor's instruction, and he's going to go... Well, he takes 2 tablets, and one of them he's going to halve one day and then have the full dose of the next, and halve one day and have the full dose the next. And then the doctor wants to see him in 2 weeks. Because what Mark's problem is that he's just totally numb. And that's not, you'd think that sounds like, oh great, you wouldn't feel anything, but you're aware of feeling numb, and it is it's an awful feeling. I know how I was like it for 6 years, and because I had no partner, I didn't think I had anything to live for, really. I just went along with it. Now, luckily, Mark he's been strong, and he's made the right decision, and I should be looking at that again, and I always do it wrong. So I'm really proud of Mark. So what we decided to do was, although we got the instructions to alter his medicine a day before I got my new script, we decided to take the leap together last night, well, the early hours of this morning, and take our new doses. I've forgotten to take my metformin for my diabetes, so I can't really eat that much today. My weight loss I've not gained any more. I've not gained any back. And I'm probably still losing it slowly because my diet is still decent. However, because of the side effects of the previous medications, I haven't felt like exercising, like proper aerobic exercise. It's simply walking the dog, and yes, it's good and it's better than nothing, but it's not going to do the trick. But I'm hoping that once I'm stable on this medicine, I don't know what dose I'm going to end up on. I could end up on anywhere from 50 to 200, but 200's unlikely. And he said that, obviously the greater the dosage, the higher the risk of the side effects. I finally looked through the side effects last night. I've avoided it ever since. He told me I was going on this tablet 5 weeks ago, and I purposefully have avoided it just because of my anxiety. But last night I thought, I'm taking the tablet, I'd better read the leaflet. So I did. I had a bit of a mini meltdown, and then when I was trying to get to sleep, the weirdest feeling, I felt like I was floating 2 or 3 inches above the mattress, and that I was spinning slowly round in a circle like I was on a record player. But it wasn't that, like, it sounds like when you've when you're hungover and the room's spinning. But it wasn't. I was turning, and it wasn't unpleasant. So I didn't get up till quite late today. I think it was 3. But at the moment, it just doesn't matter what time I get up, and it just doesn't matter what time Mark gets up. We just have to get better. And Like, it's funny how you can really spur someone else on, but you can't spur yourself on. Look at that spot. Hopefully it means, like, you know, something's happening in the ovarian region. Okay, everybody. Well, the reason I've done this is because I'm shaking like a shitting dog and I haven't really got the concentration to sit and write in my style and in a way that I want to put everything across. So I just thought I'd do this video, a 10-minute one. Alright, guys. Thanks for all of your supportive messages. They don't go unappreciated. Take care, everyone. See ya.